I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, so right now I say we go to Death Mountain and finish up the Elden region because we got one shrine left to do, and then after that, we're gonna do the Trial of the Sword. Alright, while I'm landing here, I remembered something I wanted to... Oh, what do you want? I remembered something I wanted to complain about, Savak. Middle of the day, bold, what? That's too bad. Who are you? What do you want? See from the Gerudo region I came for the jewels. Yeah, I got jewels. I got plenty of jewels. You want jewels? Do you have amber too? Yeah, I need a whole lot of it. I got 10, sure. Let's go, dollface. 500 rupees, deal. I got more jewels. Wow, that's... I mean, I don't need that much money, but that's cool to know. I guess she's there if you want that. Because I know it's opposite of the clothing store. The other thing I want to complain about was the huge amount of times... I think it's you? No, it's not you. In the game that they say, like, only champions could board Divine Beast. But, like, it doesn't matter because champions aren't anyone special. They're just people that were appointed. So the whole leap in logic doesn't make any damn sense to me because... And all they gotta do is appoint a new champion, then all of a sudden, whoa, boom, you can climb a fucking divine beast. So, like, it's not like they were born special or anything, so I don't understand what the problem is. That's the other observation and problem I have. My reckless brother hasn't come back yet. What in the world is he thinking? My little brother, I'm really proud of him, but he said he was gonna go dig up the secrets of the hero, and then he just took off. I really don't know where in the world he got into. Yeah, where'd he go? Certainly, my little brother went to the tunnel southwest of the lake. The bedrock that tunnel is incredibly hard, so Scorns have to try and dig it up ages ago. Instead of chasing dreams, I prefer to face in reality. Yeah. Alright, so that's what we need to do. We need to do that, and I want to say it's a Gorko Lake. Yeah, right around here. We should be able to find it. Yeah, that was it. Sweet deals. Alright, do I have anything I can cook while he's busy laying on his ass? I do want speed up. That is something I actually do want. I'll worry about it later, though. How's it going? I'm spent to think that somewhere behind this rubble is the secret of the hero. I know I'll become really great and important if I can find it. My problem is I don't have the strength to go on. My belly's empty and rumbling like mad. What to do? Brother, so here's where you've been. I knew where you knew where he was. You told me where he was. I tried to think like my brother and do what he would do so I could come find him. I need you to do me a favor as a brother. I can't just sit idly by. I have to help him by sitting idly by. Exits here and go down the hill, and you can find rock roasts rolling around. I need you to please grab one of them for me. I'd do more than anything to go there and grab it myself. It's just, well, I have a chronic condition. Yeah, it's called Goron shoulder. Very serious, and I'd rather not talk about it. Needless to say, I'm going to sit idly by. Please don't let me down. So, don't worry about the speed up just yet. But the idea is you run down the hill and then you take it back up. And we're going to go ahead and knock out any Pudas along the way. For instance, Puda number 1. I don't know if this is a case of enemies spawn based on the shrine quest or not. No. I'll reach you one day. And I'll take your bow. Oh, but there's a rock deposit right here, of all places? Did I just smack the flint and destroy it? Because that was not what I was trying to do. Oh, I also learned. Apparently moblins don't actually pick up weapons, so if you knock the weapon out of their hand, they'll never pick up another one. But goblins will pick up literally anything. So if you throw a torch on the floor and they don't have a weapon, they'll go grab the torch. Wow, thanks for killing that enemy for me. I appreciate that. That's a rock roast right over there. Now, let's go ahead and use a speed up to make this bullshit go by quicker. What's the fastest we can move, Link? Only ×2? Well, fuck me running. I guess that'll have to do. We should be able to make it. Oh, I didn't place a thing. Yeah, cause see, those guys are... That dude's there right now. I don't know where the hell he was a minute ago. Because I killed anyone I saw. Man, I'm really hungry. That's a nice looking rock. Oh no! We should be alright. After all, we're Link. I'm guessing they just spawn the second you touch it or something. Cause, wow, that was a pretty good dodge. For, like, not at all trying. Look at these rocks. The Master Sword's all better. That's great. What are you gonna do? Light me on fire? Bitch, please. Oh. That was a pretty big rock. But I'm still Link, so... just casually walk past all of the bullshit. Yo, handsome. Finally, I've been waiting for you. Go on, drop it on the roast pot, quickly. It's amazing. It's the finest rock roast I've ever laid eyes on. I'm gonna cook it up right now. I did it. I made a deliciously grilled rock roast. Am I hunger hallucinating, or did I really smell a deliciously grilled rock roast? How'd you know it was delicious? Oh, brother. It's ready. You're gonna eat it and love it, and everything will be just as it should be. Look at this. It's so tasty, I need to eat it right away. That texture, that crunch, ooh, that gritty feeling as it glides down my throat. That's a sentence I didn't need to hear. Read. Yes, can't forget that savory flavor considered minerals seared high in heat to perfection. It's a taste explosion. It's restoring my strength like a phoenix reborn, ready to fly. In fact, I am Death Mountain. Your cooking is the best of the best, brother. What the hell are Goron teeth made out of? Now I'm full and my belly is happy. Let's do this. Wow, there it is. The hero's secret has revealed itself to me. Weird. I feel like I've seen something like this before in Goron City. So this is the secret of the hero, yeah? Looks oddly familiar. Anyway, what an amazing discovery. That's my brother for you. You guys having fun there? Now, instead of giving you the blessing that you so clearly deserve for having to deal with that, they'd make you work for it. That was pretty good timing. Go ahead and just use this as a shield. That's my plan. I can't exactly see where... Oh! God! Can't exactly see where it is I'm going, but I'm going there. Hang over here. Make absolutely sure. I don't remember this one, honestly. But I'm doing it. Fuck. Well, next one that comes down is mine. Unless it lands on my head. Wow, that was easy. Oh, there's a chest there? Oh, bugger. Do I go for it? Let's go for it. I hope I don't regret this. As at this point, I have, like, no weapons anyway. So I could take just about anything. I mean, that's also good. Maybe not good on Death Mountain, but it is good. Sweet deals. I suppose the speed up made that easier too. Sweet, first try. Okay. So, we are going to try and finish up the Trial of the Sword. Now, that is the reason I bought 10 monster elixirs, is because, you know, it can vary on sometimes being 25. That's what I figured. Shit. Bow or shield, I kind of want both. Okay, I went ahead and expanded both shield and bow just by 1. So, they're both even. I can carry 8 of each. And unfortunately cannot upgrade the melee weapons. But, what I was saying was I got a bunch of monster extracts because it's not always a guarantee that you will get the defense up on the first... Well, you won't get 30 minutes on your first try. Sometimes it's 1 minute, sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes is what I want. So before I do it, that is my advice to you. Get a 30-minute defense up and then go into this trial, because it's just going to be the most useful thing. See you guys when I'm done. Alright, it's time to take care of the very last big challenge, I would consider, of the game. The rest of it's just finding the shrines. And, you know, it kind of fits. But, admittedly, this thing intimidated me a huge amount when I first saw it, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is gonna suck. It's really not that bad. They give you the metal weapons, basically, for later, and plenty of non-metal weapons that you can go ahead and use for the moment. So it's not so bad. The lightning storm thing isn't anything to really be intimidated by, and you're not climbing anything anyway, so it's hardly an issue. I made the unfortunate mistake of existing because this one bat decided to knock me out immensely, and that was pretty nightmarish. I don't know if I would actually say using the TNT in there helps much at all, but like, it's worth trying. It definitely makes them fall apart. If you're lucky, one of them will die. But other words, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it's all that beneficial. But over here, this one's not so bad. It's weird. The electric enemies have like this ability where lightning can strike on them, but you don't think that would make sense. But it happens. So like, yeah, they give you the knight's bow, and after a while, you're only gonna want. In the later areas, you're only going to be wanting to use metal weapons anyway. So like, it balances itself out. One of the biggest things I would recommend to you is to try and take advantage of bullet time any time you can. Even if it's just hopping off a small ledge, do that. Pull out your bow and try and shoot them and one-shot anything you can. Any critical hit is really good in this mode. The only things that really intimidated me while knowing what was going on was the horses, because it is really easy to get rampaged. And a tip for you as far as the horses, because I made this mistake with bullet time, all you gotta do is jump off a horse and instantly pull out your bow. You don't gotta try and tap, pull out your paraglider, and then pull out your bow, which is what I thought needed to be done. Just jump off the horse, pull out your bow, and you're good to go. So there's no extra complications as far as that. But if you can stasis them off the horse, that helps. Bullet time helps immensely. You can throw the Lizalfos arm at them, and that'll knock them off the horse any sort of distance you got. It's intimidating, but if you can make that, you've made it through probably about the hardest part of the whole storm challenge entirety. Next up, we have this Stalnox. Now this, I mean, it's a Hinox. Don't let it fool you. It's gonna hurt. It actually killed me, so this was my second attempt. I just, like, he stepped on me and it did like 10 hearts of damage, and I was like, oh, great. So, oh yeah, I didn't mention. My dumbass started the Trials of the Sword without realizing that I didn't turn in my heart, my spirit orbs, so I went back and then did that and then restarted it, but then I died anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I do have the spirit orbs turned in. I now have 30 hearts, and honestly, I don't know if I'd say it made a difference, because I don't think I ever got below. I mean, I did get below, but I never had. No, wait, actually, I think there was one single point where I had 1 heart left, and that was it. Okay, it made a difference. I take it back. They give you the elemental blades, which is super nice and useful. Get yourself a nice healing spot. I made sure to remember every single time, don't be a dumbass and scare off the fairies. However, ironically, I was a bit of a dumbass and I kind of forgot about the apples and stuff, and the fish. So like, I'm running around doing all this stuff, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. And then I'm like, oh shit, there's fish and apples. So then I turn around, like right here, I'm cooking for it, going for it anyway. And then I come back to the realization of, oh shit, yeah, there's fish. I'm trying to go a little bit quick so my defense up is worthwhile. I love the idea that they give you the hardy stuff, because again, that makes all the fucking difference in the world. Make sure you don't stack them, just use one at a time, because that gives you multiple full heals, which also helps. And I would say it probably makes this, I don't know if I'd say the easiest out of the bunch, but significantly easier. And that's the other thing. More the reason why I decided to go with defense up opposed to something like attack up is because a lot of the guys you're facing, like the entire water, the rainy area was basically just skeletons. A bunch of guys you just one shot and kill. And then we get to this area, which we just fought some chew jellies and then a octorok, and then these guys, which you can just one hit and kill. So I would advise to not go for an attack up, because it's just going to be wasted, considering a lot of the enemies in this area can just easily be killed. So don't do that. I say play it defensively and just remember the elements, and you can go ahead and make that easier on you. Yeah, even this with this robe right there. Go ahead, stun them, and then if you can get them down, go for it. I like playing with the meteor rod, it is fun. Taking advantage of the ice rod to go ahead and stun them for a little bit, so this way I can get a room to breathe. But you also see how I was talking about, like, they give you the metal weapons for later, because now all of the non-metal weapons are all burning away, so you're trying to get rid of all that stuff as well. It's kind of funny how that works out. But this little bit right here was where I noticed, I was like, wait, he tried to go pick up the sledgehammer again, so I guess the information I read online was wrong. So yeah, that worked out beautifully. I had this nice little strategy of freeze him, push him in the lava, and of course I got mine in return. I couldn't even be mad at that. I just thought that was funny. But yeah, definitely going for freeze him, put him in the lava. And I suppose I should have done that up here too, thinking about it, since I was doing it with everybody else. That guy right there with the Knight's Claymore is probably the most intimidating part about this area. I prepared myself for when he was going to hit me, but he didn't end up hitting me, thankfully. But he can do a lot of damage to you. There's a hidden chest in the lava with 3 more ancient arrows. Highly recommend you remember to get that, in case you didn't know it. You're welcome, because that is 6 one-hit kills. So yeah, I don't know if we showed the part yet. Yeah, we must have, where I went ahead and used the ancient arrow on the silver moblin. I should have just froze him and pushed him in the lava. That would have made a lot more sense. I didn't think about that until now. It was kind of just reflexes, but that's just, the silver enemies are harder to kill, so go ahead and do it. If you have more stamina, dealing with these taluses is a lot more easy and a lot faster, but go ahead, Frostblade, Sledgehammer, that's the best way to go about it. It makes a lot of sense. But I wanted to check and see what was behind these rocks. I was like, I wonder if there's a treasure or something. Nah, it's just wind. But I think that's in the ice area. I remember to go ahead and get the fairies again. Ice area, there's a metal box you could use, but I didn't end up using it anyway. And like every single chest here, I go ahead and I open. Well, no, that's the next area as well. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. I'll say that for another bit. But the point is, I'm opening up shit. I remember the apples this time. I remember the fish this time. And I also remembered, I was like, hold on, I'm pretty sure there's a full heal item somewhere around here. And sure enough, there's that hardy radish. So if you don't know about that, make sure you get that. That's an extra full heal for you. Makes all the difference in the world. Now, I'm trying not to go ahead and use certain effects, like, because I want to keep the defense up, because we still got 10 minutes on it. And the next area is going to, like, they give you all the spicy stuff because it's an ice area. So I don't want to cancel out my defense up for ice, because the defense up makes all the difference in the world. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep the meteor rod, and here's the mistake I made, and I remembered it when it was too little too late. Shoot the meteor rod, catch an updraft, then bullet time, and kill those guys, so this way you can fight back without freezing to death. Highly advise you do that. You can cook that stuff if you want to, or you can save it for later. There will be one more resting stop, up to you if you want to do it. But yeah, I just made the mistake of not doing it like that. More enemies that are super easy to kill, you can do it with one shot, you know, meteor rod, and then the little dudes you can blow up with the bombs. I go ahead and I just milk the meteor rod for what it's worth. It does help a lot immensely. A lot immensely. I actually think right here is the guy with the silver moblin that I was talking about. Yeah, that's looking like him. But you see how he literally disintegrated into nothing? Alright, well I guess that means I didn't make a mistake then, because that would have been the first ancient arrow used. But he disintegrates into nothing, and that's like so creepy and cool. Now I'm trying to go for this Wizrobe to get rid of him, because if I don't do it and he gets, you know, the Blizzard Rod, it's gonna make my life hell. So then he picks it up, and I'm trying to get it out of his hands, and like he's inches from death for like 12 minutes, and I'm like, holy shit, hurry up and die already so I can focus on these other guys. And it was relentless, it was careless, it was stupid. There was a silver moblin shooting stuff, so I went ahead and got him with the ancient arrow. He disintegrates into nothing. It's kind of just like the Omen from Rogue Agent. It's a cool idea. But again, the downside of using that is any item they have disintegrates with them, and if you're using it in the overworld, remember that it will disintegrate their parts, so they will not drop parts as well. This Frost House, which is what I was alluding to, has a box around if you want to go ahead and try and beat them with the box, but I didn't feel like doing it. However, I will say the Frost House was monumentally more annoying than the, what do you call it, the Igneo Talus, because, I don't know, I just had a hard time. I'm like, okay, could you stop fucking around? I'm trying to, like, hurt you and, you know, thaw you out and stuff, and you just kept undoing all my work all the time. Having the Boulder Breaker makes it a lot easier, but it was still pretty frustrating. Right here, I made the mistake of drawing. Apparently Lionels will not draw their weapon until you do. They will just stare you down, which is quite intimidating. So I made the mistake of drawing my bow early, and then I was like, oh shit, so I had to stasis him. This room does not have fairies in it. You only are allowed to have a max of 3, so tough shit. This is where I was talking about every single chest I open, it's something I have to drop and trade out. But, yeah, go ahead, use the Ancient Arrow and the Lionel, save yourself the energy. Good lord. I can't even imagine what it would be like to try and fight that damned thing. Like, if I didn't look up a video and see what to expect, like, I never would have known, and I probably never would have done it, because I would have just used ancient arrows on the Guardians, but I never would have gotten this far, because I probably would have gotten the hell beat out of me from the Lionel. So, incredibly grateful that educating myself made all the difference, because the little things like that really make the difference. Now, this area sucked. Basically focused entirely on parrying. I went through so many shields, and it became so difficult when there's multiple ones targeting on you at a time. Find any way you can to block the line of sight from one of them, because it just makes it so hard to weave and bob around while trying to deflect it. It just wasn't working for me. So when I finally got away from him, of course I got the parry on the first try. And I was thinking about what music I could fit, and just Hyrule Castle is the best thing that came to mind. I thought about using Hyrule Castle from this game, but I was like, nah, we'll just use that for when we're when we're actually exploring Hyrule Castle. We get enough time to really enjoy it. So the worst of it was anytime I got shot and Link was just standing there burning alive, and I'm like, hurry up, Link, you're dying, get up, and just wasn't having it. My 30-minute defense up was gone, so we ended up switching to any defense up I could get. Again, Guardians in this just intimidate the shit out of me because how easy it is to mess up. So, like, I have to sit there, focus, and listen, and then I can react in time. But, like, sometimes I just know when it's gonna fail. So, like, I can feel it happen as it's going on, and I'm like, well, holy shit, this isn't gonna work. But the Guardians intimidate me so damn much. It's because if I lost all of my shields, like, that's it, it's over, it's done. So I had to be really careful. This right here, I think, was probably the biggest mistake I made in the entire run. Was I just this one guardian was such a pain in the ass to get rid of. I don't know if, because I feel like if I, based on memory, I want to say if you shoot a flying guardian with an ancient arrow, it's not a one-hit kill. That's what I remember. But like, I feel like I should have used an ancient arrow on him. I did try using the bomb arrows because I was like, okay, they gave it to me, it must be useful. And it looked like right there that I shot off one of his propellers, but he ends up flying around with 3 propellers right there, so I'm like, okay, maybe it didn't work. So my dreams of knocking him down kind of got shattered, and this was just a super slow method of trying to take him out, and it was infuriating as well because I had so little stamina, so I couldn't climb it faster, and then sometimes I'm like, okay, Link, jump, get that extra boost so you can make it up there, and he'd just fall down, and it was just so exhausting and draining, and I just, holy shit. What I should have done, which I guess I didn't notice at the time, was put up like an attack up right here to help make things easier on myself, because then I could have killed it a little bit faster. But yeah, this was the worst mistake of it. I hate these guys, they're so annoying to fight. I tried to get any chance I could to go ahead, critical hit it, shoot it in the eye, stasis it, so it wouldn't blast me, anything I could to try and make this thing tolerable, and it just, you can see how, like, this was 4 times speed, remember that. So imagine how annoying it would have been to watch if it were live. The entire thing, this entire thing, I think was like 40 minutes, because right now it says 16 times 4, it's something like that, somewhere around 40 minutes, 48 minutes I think exactly. No, that's 16 times 3. That would have been an hour. Over an hour. And yeah, this last section is basically just nothing but guardians throughout the whole time. I tried running to get away from the flying guardian, and then I started climbing up here. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and knock out the dude at the top first. And then the walking douchebag spots me, so I'm like, okay, great. And luckily, I was able to get him knocked out pretty easily. And then I could go focus on the dude patrolling up top here. The flying one in this area I think was way more tolerable because I'm not scaling a fucking skyscraper in order to get a vantage point to shoot at him. So I think that makes a large difference right there. Because the little building around here, like, it's easy. Just climb up, it takes 2 seconds, jump down, go at the bullet time, rinse and repeat. This is how it should have been, but you know, the area before this was just too big and just took too long. Now, it looks like I didn't get to see it. Yeah, I've got the attack up, which also helps make this a lot faster as well, so I much prefer this one because, like, I'm able to move around faster and attack faster, plus while I'm attacking faster, it's doing more damage as well, so this is just ideal. Thankfully they gave me that royal bow, but yeah, to replace the one I had broke, I knew I was going to end up needing that other bow that I dropped. So I was like, there's no way this thing's going to last. Once it started saying it's about to break, I'm like, this is going to come at an awkward time where I try and kill him and it's not going to work. Right here, last room. I just kind of had some fun with it. My initial plan was to go ahead and try and bullet time him. Always make sure to get rid of the Lionel first, that thing's a bitch. Ancient Arrow, thankfully, was my guide. Going up here, up top, where no one else could get me, and I just figured, fuck it, use an Ancient Arrow on it. We got 2 left. And then the rest of this was just me having fun. I was like, screw it, we've got this, it's in the bag. Blizzard Rod, bomb arrows, have some fun. Everyone basically died in one shot to the Blizzard Rod, and covers such a wide range, and I learned you could freeze horses. Alright, just saying, I definitely could have played that a lot better, and I say that because that last room was actually stupid fun to use the Blizzard Rod on. I've never done that before, so that was really fun to just be like, bye bitch, and then watch them all fall down. Plus I got an Ancient Arrow to spare, and it's just, yeah, I got it done though, and it feels good. I just feel like the only thing that really bothers me was that first flying guardian. I think I was supposed to use an Ancient Arrow on it, but I don't quite recall. What is there that I can go ahead and eat? Let us increase our speed, I guess. The rest of it doesn't really matter. So you finally returned. Now it's the same dialogue. Master Sword is fully on 60 power. You know, you truly want that sword of yours? I must say a sacred growth suits you well. As ever, I shall watch your journey from here. The princess, I am certain Hyrule's princess is pleased with your accomplishments as well. Now, before I go, that little scene right here in the forest, not in the little realm, where Link is holding out the sword and pulling it back, that plays Fi's theme. Listen back to it. It's actually quite noticeable, but like if you don't know it's there, it's easy to overlook. But when you're looking for it, it's pretty easy to spot. But that's all the trials. All that's left for us to do left in the game is find the last 32 shrines scattered across the land, and then we finish the game. As of this point here, main quest, destroy Ganon, yeah. As of this point, we've gotten all the memories and stuff of importance that I consider importance. So, that's just it. Find the last few shrines, finish them. So it's gonna be, I don't know, I think I did pretty good. I'm happy with everything thus far, but it might be a little bit interesting the next few parts. I'm going to predict maybe about, if I do 3 shrines an episode, and that's being lenient, then it'll be about 10 episodes left, and then Hyrule Castle, which should be its own. But, yeah, that's that.